I'm going to go ahead now with the video I talked about earlier. This is my baker's rack in my kitchen, and as you can see, I have most of my Royal Albert Old Country Roses stored down there. And as of now, I have my Moonlight Rose on the baker's rack. I have an antique buffet in my living room, and the plan is to move the Moonlight Rose in there and put my Blossom Time here in the kitchen. But at any rate, I went ahead and did my table using Moonlight Rose and Old Country Roses. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. Right here, we have the Old Country Roses teapot. Old Country Roses coffee pot. And the Moonlight Rose teapot, which I have placed on my Old Country Roses trivet. I have 3 of my Royal Dalton figurines. I have this lady, and she does match the Old Country Roses dishes. Then we have our Moonlight Rose lady. And over here, there's another figurine. Her dress is a yellow color, but her flowers are the same as the ones that are on the Old Country Roses. So this table, I would say, would be nice for an afternoon tea with sandwiches and cookies. We've got some little berry bowls here, so if we had berries, we could serve cream and jams. We've got our Moonlight Rose jam jelly jar there. We've got Old Country Roses cake dish and Old Country Roses 2-tiered tray. With the Old Country Roses, I actually have 2 of these larger cream and sugar sets. I've only got the smaller size with my Moonlight Rose. And yes, this is the other lady, and she hasn't been featured before. And as you can see, her roses on her dress, the roses on her dress do match the Old Country Roses, as does her fan. So what I did was, with my little Old Country Roses berry bowls, I have berry bowls, cereal bowls, and rimmed soup bowls in the Old Country Roses. I don't have any bowls at all in Moonlight Rose. So these are the smaller berry bowls, and I placed them on the Moonlight Rose bread plates. And then I've alternated my place settings with the Moonlight Rose dinner plate, the Old Country Roses salad or dessert plate, I guess you could call it, and then the Moonlight Rose cup and saucer. And then on the next place setting, we've done the opposite. We have Old Country Roses as the dinner plate, Moonlight Rose as the 8-inch plate, and then Old Country Roses as our teacup. I didn't put down any mugs because, my table isn't big enough. I do have a leaf that goes in this table. I could make it larger, but I didn't really have the time or energy for that today. But as I said, since I'm in the process of moving these things around, this is a great time to try out some different looks. And I really do like how this turned out. So we've got our Old Country Roses little pin dish, our Moonlight Rose dinner bell. Right here is a Moonlight Rose little basket. I guess you could put toothpicks in that. The Moonlight Rose floral decoration. I did have a couple of those in Old Country Roses, and I sold them both because at the time I didn't have any other Old Country Roses. So again, I've sort of learned my lesson there. I have some extra pieces of Old Country Roses, but for now at least, I'm keeping what I have. So for some reason that doesn't look as if it's focusing very well. I don't know, I hope it is. So that's it. I think it's a beautiful table. Again, I don't have any cutlery or napkins put down there. And I do have a beautiful vintage tablecloth that's sort of almost like the color of those yellowy roses on this one, which would look nice. Certainly look nice with Old Country Roses. And so there it is. A beautiful table, and one I will hopefully soon get to use. Thanks again, Thank you for your comments. Thank you to anybody who's subscribed or left a thumbs up. And we'll be talking again soon. Have a great day.